It's the Paris Chong Show. It's the Paris Chong Show, show. It's the Paris Chong Show. I'm not scared of nudes, but I mean, is this it?
This one.
19, okay.
It's, I mean,
Okay, we're
that's
gonna
like,
look at this together.
that's a many years of nudes,
But
and
you
all
did
shot
some
with a
serious
rangefinder
nudes.
Leica.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
The M6, M7.
Oh, that's people are buying. Those are hot again.
Oh, well,
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I have an M3 too.
So, do you know who wants that camera? Who would buy it from you?
No.
You won't sell it?
Yeah,
Neil Preston. Neil
Oh,
Preston's
no, I
dying
can't
to
sell
get an M3. He cannot find one to save his life.
they're either really expensive or not that expensive.
Yeah, or he just can't find one. We don't get, as soon as we get them, they're gone. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Paris Chong here. I'm so excited to have my friend back, and thank you for coming back a second time because we went over last time. I am with a dear old friend. He's not old, but I've known him for a long time because we used to work together at the Palm Springs Photo Festival. Jeff Dunas.
Yeah. Hello there. How are you?
That's how you have to say his name, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thank you for coming back.
I'm back.
So Jeff, what's your podcast called?
It's the Palm Springs Photo Festival podcast.
Okay.
That's the part of the
And
festival.
when did you start it?
In 2020.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I just am finding out that, and thank you for bringing all these beautiful books. This is the project that you worked on during COVID.
Yeah.
You made all of these books.
Yeah, I had a lot of archive
Five
silver.
books.
Yeah, and that one was, that I did during COVID too. That's a book from Nazraeli.
Oh, wow.
And
I
it's
just
called-
got to meet Chris finally.
You did?
He just did Matthew Ralston's book.
Oh, yeah. Well, he did. That
Yeah.
surprised me, actually.
Yeah,
But
did
there
it?
you go. Well, I didn't even know that they were in touch, but Chris is a good friend. And
Yeah, and
this is the one picture book, and it's called Highway 61 to Honeyboy.
Wow.
It's
Chris makes olive oil that can go with
killer.
your bread.
Goes on my bread.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
great.
we do a thing.
We're going to talk about your bread later.
Yeah.
I'm very, very.
We eat so
very-
much bread and olive oil that we don't have room for dinner when I see him.
Really?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I love this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where?
That's called Highway 61
In
to Honeyboy.
Mississippi.
That's in Natchez, and it's kind of a distillation of a book I did for Aperture 20 years ago called
This
State of
is
the
so
Blues.
cool. I like little books like this.
Well, this one normally comes with a little print, and it's limited to 500 copies, and it's part of a series that Nazraeli has been doing for years. It's probably 200 of those.
Really? So
And,
now Nazraeli is an awesome place, and so you've known them for a long time. So, but publishing's changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, and funnily enough, Chris from Nazraeli, he saw where this was all going 20 years ago. I don't know how he did this because he was swimming upstream. Nobody was doing what he was doing.
The
And
art
now-
books, the photo books.
Well, in terms of the quantities they're printing and the kinds of projects they're doing, Chris just does what he likes. He's got no agenda. There's no sales force saying, "Oh, we need more of this or need more of that," or "Don't do this one."
Right.
He knows what he's doing.
I know he's a cool dude, and so.
And this one's a lay flat book. This is a Renaissance garden.
This is so cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, so this is a garden, but I know Laura's into gardening, right?
My wife's, Laura's a landscape designer. And so after 20 years of following me around to photo festivals, not reluctantly, but she finally said this year we're doing some gardens, and she took me to Italy, and we went, around Lucca and all Rome and places.
Love these.
And I had to find my way into the
lay-down
garden
book.
because I told her I imagined myself sitting in a taverna waiting for her every day for 3 hours to visit gardens. And then I just found my own way in by looking at this. These are panoramics made with a 1950s camera that's got a traveling front, a wide lux it's called. The Germans
Wow.
call it a Wiedelux.
This is a beautiful book. So when you say you did this through COVID, how did it work? Like you had all the pictures, so you put it all together. You contacted the publisher, and they would help you do the layout, or did you do the layout?
I did the layout. I designed it and did the maquette.
Oh, you want to see? Thank you. Here we go. Oh, this camera. Look
Oh,
how
there you
cool
go.
these are.
It's a lay flat book. It's
This
an
is-
interesting thing. Those are actually single double spreads, meaning that there's no gutter.
No gutter.
No, and they lay flat.
So, that's so cool. But wouldn't it have been kind of interesting to do a lay flat book with your nudes?
Yeah, I suppose it would be. That format there really lent itself to what I was doing.
Yeah.
And also, it's a very small, light camera, so I could
This is
not
great.
get thrown out of gardens.
That's good.
you
No,
know.
but that would be really embarrassing if
Well,
it's not like the
so
same as getting
Laura
thrown out
would
of
be
a club.
walking around looking at plant material and stuff, and I'd be like hiding, lurking
We look
around
at
in the background, looking at stuff
so
flat that way.
now do you have, because I like when I said, because I actually just did my very first art book, I was asked to be the photo editor for the new Pearl Jam book, so I'm super excited about that.
Dynamite.
I'm really excited, but so I'm kind of just new to the publishing game, but it seems that it's changed so much in the way that 'cause Michelle from Minor Matters is doing the book. I introduced them to the manager of Pearl Jam, and they hired her because they're all from Seattle
To design it
to
or to
design it.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
yeah,
gonna do
she's
the
a
book.
good designer.
She is
She's
good.
just
She's
great.
really good.
Her first design job on doing a book was my book, State of the Blues.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a tumultuous relationship in the beginning and then became lifelong best friends.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I
Yeah,
can't
she is.
imagine. Yeah, but she knows she knows what she wants, So
She's
she's a smart
she always
cookie.
did, and
Yeah.
and she has vision and talent, and, she's determined, and
Yeah.
she's done a great
She's
thing
a
with
no
Minor Matters.
nonsense gal.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now I know when she does books, it's the artist actually has to pay a certain amount to get them done or promise them a certain amount of
No,
sales.
no, she's unique that way. Her system's different. That's how a lot of publishers are now.
Now they are, but they
Now they
didn't
are.
used to be,
No, they
right?
didn't know. They used to pay us to do
Yeah, I
books.
know.
Imagine that. I used to we used to get paid to do this. But no, her concept is she puts out of a pre-maquette, like a little
Mhm.
sample of what she's doing, and to her audience. And then if she gets 500 orders or more, she prints. If she gets 499, I don't think she does. I mean, she's very specific about that.
That's cool. So
So
she's unique.
yeah, that's a unique. It's not a crowdsource. It's a different sort of thing she has, and it's her concept. It's brilliant. And
She's
that's the
really.
one that's made all would like it. That
Oh, this
one,
is. Oh,
100%.
you're smart to bring this here.
I
I know, I know.
I thought of that.
I know what's
Gee, I'm
going
gonna see
on
Paris
now.
Chong. Maybe I'll bring that Leica book.
Oh my gosh, this is funny.
Well, that book is like,
I love this. How come I have not seen this yet?
well,
I've seen you a few
I
times
haven't
since
had a
COVID,
chance to. Yeah, but you're busy, and
and you were
I'm.
busy.
This is
Oh,
like
I
the
love
fourth iteration.
these. I love this one.
That's Laura.
Oh my God. Okay, this is a great book. You know how you
It's
see several of these kind of photographs with the people
yeah.
in the swings, but you don't actually see like some super focused, beautiful woman there.
That's
I
her.
love the project you did with Laura. It's
Yeah,
just Laura. Is
yeah,
that when you first met?
yeah. That was when I first met
How fun.
with Laura.
Yeah, because usually it's when you first meet someone that you want to take pictures all the time, and then after you've been married for a while, there you're like, you never want to take my picture
Oh no,
anymore.
it's the other way around. No, she's like, can we stop doing this now for a while? I always photograph Laura. I'm going to do a
She's a
book with
beautiful
Minor
woman.
Matters with her
Are you?
of Laura. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
As a matter of fact,
gosh. So there's another book coming out.
there's
Okay, so
these and another one. Yeah.
where can people get the books?
Well, you can show that work if you like. This
Well, we
one's
can take books if they're like us. So now we could, how much are you selling them for?
that. I don't know what that book's with. That's with a publisher in South of France at the moment. So I don't know what's going to happen
So
with that.
how,
And
so
so is
it,
that other one that you looked at.
how is it being sold?
It's not being sold. That's the dummy. You're
How
looking
many
at a
oh, so
maquette.
you don't even, oh, this is good.
That's
Okay, so I
that's
really
very
want to,
valuable. That's one
now
over
you're
one.
famous for your nudes.
I was famous
You
for my
were
nudes.
famous
Well,
for your
I
nudes.
guess I mean, if you're my age, I'm famous for my nudes.
Yeah.
It's a
They want you to be famous for your nudes.
well,
Now you used to shoot for Penthouse and Playboy. And
I worked for Penthouse in like 1974.
when it was really like
It
the
just come
main.
to America, and then they sort of got, long story. Then they got a little raunchy, so I went to work for Playboy
Yeah,
again.
they really
I
were
got paid more.
raunchy. I remember seeing one of those when I was a kid. I don't know how I had
They were,
that, but
yeah. Well, he ran after the wrong, as they say, he was in the wrong race. He really was. He was after Playboy for the longest time, and
I
then he suddenly
know.
switched gears when he thought someone was going to do to him what he did to Hef. And
I saw that documentary about him. It was just great.
yeah,
Who
well, he was
knew?
a real character, that guy. But
Did
it,
you know him? Well,
Guccione or
yeah.
Hefner, I knew them
Good.
both. But I mean, Guccione was a charismatic guy, and Hef didn't have any charisma. So
No?
they had two different personalities going.
He didn't have any clothes either.
No, he had
He has
pajamas.
0 clothes.
He should have been selling pajamas.
These are pretty. He really should have.
Yeah, what the hell?
He
He
should have
made
sold those
pajamas
velvet
famous.
robes.
Because only a guy born in the 20s would be still wearing
Okay, let's
pajamas.
find something
Really?
to show. 'Cause I know everybody wants to
And
this
all
is
those were
gorgeous.
done with Leicas.
What Leica?
Those were M3s
This is
and later
good.
on M6s. I
We'll
mean,
show this
you
since I
can
can't show
show.
it at the gallery.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well,
that
this is good.
this is what I was doing in 1970. So this book starts in the 70s and goes up through
Now,
2016.
and you lived in Paris.
I lived in Los Angeles and Paris, but mainly
Yeah.
Paris. Yeah, I
Do you
moved to
do
Paris in
were
'74.
more of these in Paris or Los Angeles?
Most of those were in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, I only came back to LA in the winters.
Is it easier to find models in Europe that are more free with their body than in America?
Well, you got to look back to the times too. This is like the '70s you're looking at that part
That's
of
a
the book.
beautiful photo.
Yeah, that was actually the cover of my first book
So pretty.
in color. And
And
but these see, you could show this.
where are you? I could, yeah, I could show stuff like this. I just can't show,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's it. We just have to edit.
Yeah,
There's
no, for
163
sure.
there.
And we could show butts.
All right.
Butts are good.
Well,
We don't have anything against
I
butts.
mean, you're looking at about I
These are
don't know,
beautiful. My God.
for 30 years worth of work.
I like this.
Yeah. Thank you. And so that was all done in that 35 format, and that's how I
I
always have
love
done nudes.
that.
And it's weird. I don't know. Most people bring, I taught a lot of workshops in Europe in 20, 30 years ago, and these guys would show up armed with like bazookas and four bodies, lenses everywhere, and I'd come out with my M6 and a 35 millimeter lens and shoot the pictures.
This is a pretty book. So where can people get this book?
Same thing. That I haven't
France.
shown to any publisher. That's
What is
never been
going
shown to
on?
anybody.
So, okay, so you made these during COVID,
Yeah.
and who made all? Did you do all with Chris or just the small one?
No, just the small one.
And then who else made the other books?
I did.
You make books like this?
Yeah. I designed
What
them and printed them, and
you
that's it.
what company do you use?
I use Blurb,
That's really cool. They look like they were made from Nazraeli, all of them.
You have to know how to use Blurb. I
Yeah.
mean, they use sRGB files, and it's a very specific range of gamma that they can
Does
that
it
they
take
do
a long
well.
time?
No, I can get one done in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So,
Well,
I mean,
these are gorgeous.
these were to show publishers. The one on the bottom is the American Pictures
Okay,
one.
let's
That's the
get
one
that
that's
one.
going to be out next. And
Gosh,
that's,
so many good books. This is coming out next?
yeah, that'll be out next.
Only
And
in
that one is,
America.
yeah, only in America.
I love that you brought all these books.
I
Books
brought
are
them
fun.
because that's what I was doing for those years.
So,
And
are you still taking lots of photos?
yeah, lots of them.
How often do you go out?
A lot more now than I was during the festival years, to be honest with you. I spend 3 months a year shooting all the time,
Oh, I love this one.
and this is like 30 years of work. And this is there was a book that was published in
Arizona.
by Aperture in 1998 called American Pictures, black and white, and it
Okay.
was a lot of work that I'd done before the turn of the century, which sounds really like a long time ago
This
now.
is very Americana.
Yeah, but each picture has a little something of some irony in it, and it's all about the double spreads and so on. So I had time during COVID to
Cotton
do this
Ball
stuff.
Motel.
Yeah.
These are wonderful. I
So
like these. And were these on Leica? No.
some
Some.
were in the back.
Look how cool these
A
are.
lot of that was silver. A lot of that was on a Mamiya
Oh,
RZ.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Silver gelatin. I love that. I love silver gels. It's like a lost art form.
Well, it was the way we worked, but I
But
mean,
it's coming back, right? Don't you think film's coming back?
um,
Kind of
I don't
making
think
a
people have the patience for it. Like we didn't know
some of
we needed
these young
patience
kids
because
at
they were.
Leica, they want to shoot film.
Well, that's good. I hope that stays as
Yeah.
an alternative,
Yeah.
because film is is a slower process.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody shoots 20 gigabytes worth of pictures in an afternoon when you got film in the camera. So you have to think about what you're shooting.
Yeah, the
a lot.
world's impatient now, right?
Yeah. I mean, ideally, you'd have your camera and a tripod, and you'd think about what you're doing if it wasn't street pictures, and you'd shoot a picture. But it has to do with there was a limit. You had 36
Yeah.
pictures, and then you had to stop, change, and that was important. That was actually very psychologically important.
Yeah.
And then digital is people can just keep shooting till the end of Earth, and that's a lot of editing, and it's a very different approach to taking pictures.
We got Ralph Gibson to shoot with digital.
I introduced him to Leica. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I did. I
Do you
introduced him to
know
Leica.
that, Ralph?
But weirdly, he had been using Leicas for 30 years before that, and he had never really gotten in touch with them. And I put him in touch with them in the '80s when I was publishing a magazine, and I had done some work with Ralph, so I came to know Ralph, and and Leica was one of my advertisers.
That's great.
Yeah, and so I set them up, and they gave him the Leica Medal of Excellence award, like straight away. I was like, "Well, okay."
Why didn't they give you one?
I don't know why they didn't give me one.
Did you ever submit any of your work to any of the event competitions that like does like the Oscar Barnick Awards or any of those?
No, but those are really for emerging photographers, and they always had
Yeah,
been.
you know what? But okay, so we'll have to get you on the schedule at Leica. It's
I
been a
was
long
an
time coming.
emerging photographer, but
You
I
were.
was, but I don't think I can go in and
I know because you've been working with Leica for a long time.
since the early '80s. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, we'll fix that. We'll work on that. Okay, Jeff, I'm
Okay,
gonna help you do that. So
that'll
now
be
I
good.
wanted to talk to you about the Palm Springs Photo Festival because that's actually how I started my my portfolio review career when
Yeah,
Hossein Farmani, my old boss from Farmani
yeah,
Gallery, asked me if I would want to do portfolio reviews in Palm Springs, and I said, well, that sounds fun. And so he got me a room at the Caraccia. And
yeah.
I've never been there, and I thought it was the coolest place on the
It
planet.
was so cool
Oh, it
then.
was so great.
Yeah,
I mean,
truly
that was
was.
one of my most magical trips because it was the first time Hossein sent me somewhere to do something like that. And
Mhm.
then and then to sit with I hate to say this, but I can't remember who the other reviewers were. But it was your first year of doing the
That was
reviews,
2006.
was it?
Yeah.
And so we
Oops.
sat outside of the Karakian on a one folding table, not like
Yeah.
30 folding tables. It was one little
It
table, and we were all
evolved.
sitting there. It
Yeah.
was like I think six of us. And then we did reviews, and then every year they got bigger and bigger and bigger to where they were in the foyer of the Hyatt, and there would be at least 30 tables.
Yeah.
So, I
36.
mean, and I really missed doing those. It was
That
such a vibe.
that grew to an essential part of the festival's core, and we still do them online. Um,
Mhm.
and I think that's, but we always did something different. Our portfolio reviews were never like the ones that are done most frequently. Ours was really a job fair, and that's something
Yeah.
that different. We made it into it was a job fair.
It was incredible.
Yeah, that was something. So you were showing work to not other photographers or journalists or
Yeah.
bloggers or people. And I'm not putting them down. It's just that those people can't hire you, publish you, get you work, give you assignments, and that's what we were doing. We were putting you together with people that could give you, change your career.
You know, I did meet 2 gentlemen at your fair that I showed at Leica, Dave Wittig and John Ball, and
Yeah.
I remember getting there, and all the artwork was laid out, and I was kinda just going to meet somebody, and I saw both of their work laying on the table, and I went up to both of them, I said, "Please tell me that's Leica," and he said, "Yes," and then I went up to John, I said, "Please tell me that's Leica," and he goes, "Yes," and they both were Leica, and I put them together.
But is it a requirement for you to show people
Yeah.
shooting with Leica? That's pretty
Uh-huh, it
much
has
it.
to be 80% Leica.
Okay. All right. So you
Um
just have to be careful.
Yeah, but it also like what my current show with Karen Ballard, she used to use Leica when she started her career, and then she moved over to another camera. But I liked her. I put up her show because it was showed in Perpignan last year, and a
Hmm.
lot of it was shot on another camera. But she borrowed the SL3 and went out and got about 8 images on Leica, so it was okay to do. Plus, I was trying to like. It kind of makes sense for me to show something from Perpignan because I've been like more involved with Arles and the foreign art festivals, so it made sense. Um, but normally it has to be 80%. But I shouldn't even say that. It has to all be Leica. If you wanna show Leica, it
But you know
has to
what?
be all Leica, but
It's so simple, the choice, because the other camera companies, they all make really good cameras and they all
Mhm.
make really good glass now.
Yeah.
But that's not why you use a Leica.
No.
Well, so Leica has you have it's singular. You have Leica, and then you have a cluster of other companies. I
Isn't that
won't
weird?
mention them, but they're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
I mean, each one has different
Yeah. No, but
innovations.
there's
Everybody likes a certain
yeah,
one for
yeah.
whatever reason, but what Leica's a different level. It's a different camera.
It really is, but
You know.
I know a lot of photographers, they don't only use Leica, they love their Leica, but it doesn't work for some of the things they do, so they do use different cameras, and I always hate being pigeonholed into just being able to work with somebody that only shoots with Leica because there's so many people I love that aren't Leica,
Well,
but
but you're the Leica gallery,
yeah,
so
but then that's why we or that there that
yeah.
it's really cool that Leica will lend out a camera with to people we wanna work with so that we can show their work, so
There's a long history of that, though.
you should use a new Leica and borrow Leica for something, can we
I'd love to use it
which
again.
one would you wanna use? Do you what would
The camera that I have with me 24/7, I practically sleep with it, is the monochrome.
yeah,
I have the not the latest one, but the one before that.
yeah.
And I've been using Leicas to shoot black and white photographs specifically since the early '80s.
Wow.
And, when that transition to digital happened, it was a little bumpy road with the M8 monochrome, but
Yeah,
the M9 monochrome was my camera. Forget it. That's perfect.
that's amazing.
It's like having an M6 with Tri-X. It's like perfect. So I, I wouldn't go anywhere without it. And that camera, you make certain pictures with that camera.
Mhm.
You don't make the same picture if you've got a 80 to 200 zoom on another company's camera.
Well,
So
I didn't realize you love Leica so much. I'm glad I'm hearing all of this. I mean, this is all Leica books. I
yeah,
mean, this is
so
really incredible. Yeah,
that's
so we'll figure something out. And
yeah, it's a great camera system. I'm not here to promote it
I know I
by
didn't even
any
pay
means.
him for
They
this.
they were sponsors of mine for 15
I
years at the
know, I
festival.
know. I don't know what happened at that last couple. I don't know what was going on those last couple of years, but now talking about the festival. So, what are you planning to ever bring it back? Or is it like
I'll tell you how I view that. Uh, I I did a festival that was, in my estimation, and I've heard this from a lot of people, was different than anything else. It was unique in a lot of ways,
hmm
and in order to do that at that same level again, people would have to spend 2 or 3 times the money now.
yeah,
And
like
that's
anything.
and I feel like, nobody did what I did with that. I mean, I can say that honestly with the people that came. I had over 1,000 faculty in 17 years, and those included the sort of like the real legends of photography.
I
You
know
could
you
study
really
with
had
them, and
everybody
and,
there.
and then my review faculty, I had 75 reviewers that I put up and fed to come do this thing, and those were all people that could hire you and give you work and
Yeah.
exhibit your work and make books. So, and that you can't do that anymore.
I know. I
I
love that
couldn't
you
do
said
it.
it was kind of like a job fair. I didn't really think about it like that before, but I guess that really was.
Well, nobody came to the Palm Springs Photo Festival and wanted input on their photography. That
Yeah.
wasn't what it was about in the reviews. It was about getting work.
Yeah. How do I get
Or,
my work out
I
there?
need
How
to
do I
go
get
to
a
the
show?
next level, and I'm here at this festival meeting people that can, as the French say, "Send me the elevator." That's a great phrase in French. "Envoie moi l'ascenseur." So if that's their expression for helping giving someone a leg up.
Yeah.
That's what that was about.
And you based this idea of the festival from your time in Arles?
No, what I got from Arlo, honestly, was the social aspect of it.
Oh, really?
I
I know
realized
it's a
how
really good
important that is.
networking gig.
When I was really young and stuff, photographers didn't share or even hang out together. They were all guarding, their secrets. They thought,
hmm
uh, rarely did they really hang out. It wasn't like a thing that
Yeah.
became reality later. Photographers then realize, hey, we have a lot in common. Why shouldn't I mean my friends have the same interest as me and they're passionate about this. Why shouldn't we be good friends? But they really didn't share a lot up until then.
No, there's still people that are super guarded about their work,
You
and
know.
but I love the thing about Leica. It's such a community, and everybody loves hanging out. Like we always joke around, like, don't any of these guys have a job because they all hang out all
No.
day at the
You
store?
know what
We're like, don't you
fascinates
have a?
me? I can't work out why whenever you have an opening, everybody shows up with a camera around their shoulder.
It's like a
Why are they
thing.
do what did they bring
It's
their
the only
cameras?
gallery in the world
They bring their
that they
cameras.
bring their every the girls, the guys, everyone's got
Everybody
their
has their
camera.
Leica. It's
I
like a
know, and
chance to wear it.
I know it's like jewelry, but
Yeah,
but and it's another weird thing I've noticed is when you
it's
go out
true.
to
Yeah.
dinner with these people that shoot with Leica, you'll be sitting at a huge table
And
of,
they'll all be on
and
the
they're
table.
all there's all Leicas on the table, like
Yeah,
it's
I
like a
know.
name tag.
I know.
It,
Laura's constantly
I know,
making
because
mine
I'm always
disappear.
scared. Like, wouldn't you? Someone, I would be scared someone would steal it. But yeah, it's unusual like that, but it's kind of cool.
It's it's an object that I don't know how to
People
put
are
this.
proud to have that camera. I think that's what it is.
It's
It's
a
not a cheap camera.
no,
It's
no,
not,
no.
people are like, if they're feeling like they invested that time and money and getting a beautiful piece of equipment like that, they want to show it off. That's kind of
Yeah,
what I think.
it's an object.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
you
like
know,
a
I tell people the thing with when buy really good glass, invest in the
yeah,
glass, and rotate your
yeah,
bodies out every 2 years because that's kind of the way it works. So you don't get attached to those cameras like you used to.
yeah,
I loved my Mamiya camera.
yeah,
I loved my Leica cameras, and I still have them all. Like I'd never part with them. And then the newer generation of digital cameras come along, and you rotate these bodies out like that's it.
yeah.
Why would you use a digital body from 4 years ago? That would be weird. And so all the innovations that keep happening in those things is you keep staying ahead of the curve. it's more like a computer model where people
Yeah.
would, they figured out people were buying new computers every couple of years. What are we making cameras that last 20 years for?
Yeah, no, and people love coming in and trading in and getting the new ones, and,
It's
it's just
yeah,
it's like a thing, but
I do
I
too.
think it just is it's for the photographer, it's kinda screaming like, "I'm seriously invested in being a photographer" statement. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but those cameras there, they are special cameras. They're just like
Mhm.
an object. They're an
Yeah.
object. I don't fall in love with my other cameras, like that. Yeah, you never. I don't get rid of Leicas. That's
Yeah, I
just a
don't I don't think
simple
a
thing.
lot of people do. I feel so
No.
sad because a lot of people lost their Leicas in the fires, so we've been
Oh,
seeing these horrible pictures of people, like, devastated,
that's bad.
devastated.
That's bad.
Yeah, no, because you can't get a lot of it's just a
No,
personal thing.
that is
Now,
bad.
besides photography and Leicas and books and, um, your passions and your artistic field like that, what other things are you doing right now?
Uh,
You're doing a podcast?
well, I've been doing this podcast since the 2020. That was
Mhm.
because when COVID came along, I think it was important to find a way to keep
In
your
touch,
brand
yeah.
as a meaningful brand to be,
Yeah,
and no one knew what to do. No, everybody was out of work,
it was awful.
and everything was off the table, and so people who had that passion, who still wanted to be in, have a community and be part of something, the podcast was a really good way to hold that together.
Yeah.
So I did interviews with my colleagues for 4 years, pretty much
Leica
solid.
made me start doing interviews on Instagram. I mean, they're like, "You need to get on," and I didn't even wanna go on Instagram. I'm like,
I
"I don't
think I
even know how to
remember
use it. I
you
can't
were
do it."
doing that at one of the festivals. I remember
Yeah,
at some point,
yeah, but they were like, "You need to go on Instagram and learn how to do interviews," and I'm like, I don't really wanna go on Instagram." They're like, "No, you have to do it because we have to stay in touch
yeah,
with people, and you need to." So some young kid from New Jersey went through it, like, "It's really easy, Paris." I'm like, "Oh god."
yeah.
They're showing me how to do it, and I had to interview Jeff
That's
Garlin and
that's why she well,
Victory Blue.
that's why your American, the lady that was managing the sort of pro
Mhm.
interactions with us, stopped supporting the festival 2 years before the, COVID came because she wanted to put all her resources into social media,
Yeah.
and I think I pissed her off because I said, "Wait, you're gonna sell $8,000 bodies on social media? I think I've got the
Yeah.
perfect venue for this." I've got pros that you're putting those in our hands, and we're out shooting for 4 days, and then they can buy it at Sammy's Camera on site.
Yeah.
They had two pop-ups every year, and I couldn't understand. You're
Yeah,
going
it
to
was
sell these
weird.
on social media? That's crazy. And
Yeah.
then, but I mean, maybe they were ahead of the game because maybe that's the way to do it now. I don't know. There's no
I
other way.
I don't know. I mean, well, everything's a little kind of funky right now. So I want to talk about your bread.
My friend, that's like Taylor Swift. I make sourdough. Uh,
No, I bet
this is
it's like there's like a
revelatory.
whole new bunch of guys I know. It's mainly guys that are baking bread.
Bakers were traditionally
Yeah,
guys.
I
That
don't know
was,
how to bake.
you
I
know,
can't make
I
anything.
think a lot of ladies make pastries and
I
guys
don't know
make
how to make a
bread. I don't
pastry.
know.
I know how to cook,
Um,
I just don't know how to bake. I can
yeah.
cook well, I just am a terrible baker. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why.
Well, Laura likes to kid her. She tells people Jeff's never made more bread in his life.
So that's so I so ha did you ha is it hard to learn to make bread?
It's it's a process like anything
Mhm.
else, but it's very similar. What I liked about it early was it's very similar to darkroom work. And I miss that a lot
That's
because
cool.
when I'm sitting in front of a Mac and I'm sending files to a wonderful printer and I'm making these beautiful prints, it's you can't compare that to the feeling of flattening your print after you've made it in your lab and you nailed it. It's you don't even want to sell the print. I mean, like
Yeah.
I'm keeping this print because this is the greatest print I ever made, and you can't you that's not part of the equation anymore. So uh, the mastery of the science part of that was so much a part of the skill set that was required. But then you also had to have hand to eye. I mean, not hand to eye. You had to have hand memory
Yeah.
because in a dark room you were kind of manipulating the light onto the easel with the paper, and you did it intuitively, and your hands did it a certain way, and you had your way of agitating your prints. Everything
You
was
should teach a
like that.
class.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Do you
Uh,
like teaching?
I really did enjoy teaching
You
until I
should we
started the
do, like, the
festival, and
academy
then I kind of
classes.
it got exponentially out of my control. I do like doing it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I always have. It's very meaningful to me to bring people together. So
Well,
if I can,
we should when you we'll figure out you could do a show and teach a class and
yeah, I would do
because
that. It would come up with some kind of nice concept for that. I
yeah.
would like that. It. it's been part of my jam since, 30 years has been teaching, but in when the festival came along, that was a exponentially larger platform to teach in a way because I was
Mhm.
bringing other people to teach in, and so I didn't have much time to actually do that
I know you were
myself
always
anymore.
running around. You look like a crazy like,
Yeah.
it was hard to even say hi to you. You were just
Well,
like,
y
"Huh."
y I always thought of myself as in the photography business, and then after maybe 4 years of doing the festival with the help of lots of photo assistants and stuff like that, I realized, "Wait, I'm in the event business. I
Yeah.
gotta completely change the way this rolls." And I started hiring event people, and that's what helped me get it to the next level.
It
I
was
didn't
so good.
it came to me
I
like kind
miss
of,
it.
"Wow, I should,"
I think a lot of people miss it.
I miss doing it, but I just don't think that, and particularly after COVID, I didn't think after 2 years of not working or spotty work that people would be prepared to pay, double what it was. And all the hotels that I worked with and had relationships
Yeah,
with
they
all
all
those
took
people,
a hit, so
well, they doubled their prices,
yeah.
and worse than that, none of the people that I knew were still there. After that COVID period, either they retired, they moved on, new people came in and didn't have any connection to what we had done there for all those years. And it used to be like flipping on the lights. I mean, they would just say, "What are the dates?" And here's your new contract, and we'd kind of go back and forth and,
Yeah.
and iron it out. But never did I expect them to double rates or practically double the rates. And also, I had a deal with them where I had suites available at the Hyatt for $104. I mean, like that's not, you're not going to see that again,
No.
folks. And
What made you choose Palm Springs?
my grandparents had a house there when I was growing up, and they built. My grandfather was a builder, and he and two partners built a lot of houses there. And
So you grew up there.
well, I grew up visiting my grandparents
Mhm.
there, and one of the cool things was I would take the bus down myself with a buddy, and be basically free for long weekends or a week at a
That's
time
fun.
because my grandparents couldn't keep up with us. And we had bicycles, and it was like we were like, okay, terrorize Palm Springs,
Yeah.
the whole time I was growing up from like 10 years old till I was probably 13 or 14. And then, as time went on, we'd go down there and break into the house and stay anyway because my grandparents had no idea how we were getting in, but we would just unscrew the whole windows out of the louver windows. Yeah, anyway,
A
that
lot of
was,
people moved there, like Glenn Wexler moved
yeah.
there, and, I g
It's an affordable place on some level, but it's also, it's if you like that climate 9 months a year, it's pretty unbeatable.
yeah.
If you like warm
So
weather,
you have to leave for the 3 months of the torturous
oh
part.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can't stay there.
it's horrible.
That's punishment.
Now, you know what? I kn you know what? I was doing my 3 minutes of research as opposed to Desiree's 3 hours of research, and I didn't know, this might be crazy, but I did not know you had a daughter.
I do. I have a daughter.
I've never met your daughter.
Uh, she lives in New York, which is part of the
Yeah,
reason.
but I've
She
known
came
you
to a
for a
couple of
long
festivals.
time. I've known you a long time. I used to see you all the time when I worked for Hossein.
That's true, and my daughter did come to one of those events when,
Yeah,
Laura had a show there.
she's gorgeous.
Well, yeah, she's amazing. Uh, but, my daughter's an actress, and the
I
the
saw that.
the thing is the last place she wanted to be was a place with,
People
700
yeah.
photographers. That was not something that she really wanted to do, a lot. So she tried to kind of be stealth about it, and 'cause she's able to deal with motion cameras because 'cause you're not looking at them that much.
Yeah.
And, she's in her another character, and she's
Yeah,
not
she's
even
been on
conscious
some
of it.
good stuff.
But when it comes to actually doing still photographs, it's not her favorite thing because all her
Yeah,
life I photographed her till
you
she
do.
quit. Now she's somebody that said, "Okay, can't do this anymore." Boston up until she was an adult. Then
Mhm.
now she lets me
Yeah.
kind of do my
Do you
thing
see
again.
her a lot?
Whenever I can, yeah, a couple times a year. Strange to say that because that's not at all what I would have thought was going to happen. But then it's not surprising. She loves
It's
me.
I hate here it's so sad, because Leo's 21 now, I can't believe it, but I always think, "Okay, sooner or later, he's gonna take off, and then I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that," and then, when you talk to parents and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I've seen my son once this year." Well, actually, I was talking to another friend of mine yesterday, and he's from Montana, and he said he hasn't seen his parents in a few years.
No, that's
I was
really,
like, "That's
he's not close with
awful."
them.
He said he is. He's like, "I'm so busy, I just haven't had time. I've gotta get out there."
That's
But I
that's
would
not a good
kill my
excuse.
son if he didn't see me for a few years. I would be so mad at him.
Yeah, well, you would,
Or,
rightfully so. No, I
yeah.
see her a few times a year minimum. I go stay with her
Yeah.
now. I never pictured me going to stay at with my daughter somewhere.
Why?
It's a new phase. Um, but yeah, she's, she
Any
travels a lot
Does she
too.
have
So
kids?
she doesn't have kids. No, she's a kind of she works a lot, and
So does she want kids?
I don't know.
So are you don't know if you're gonna be Grandpa Jeff?
I kind of don't think so.
Oh.
No,
Are
um,
you okay with that?
it's not up to me, is it?
Yeah.
If
But
it
would
was,
you have liked it?
oh, for sure. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that would have been fantastic, but it's not like it's not my call.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm gonna kill Leo if he doesn't give me any grandkids. I don't want grandkids.
Well, you
Not
know,
now or anytime soon. I'm
well,
21.
kids
No.
are amazing, and
Yeah,
if they're,
I let
your
Lil
family,
and
it's
then I
amazing.
heard it's really good because you can give them back.
Yeah, I always pictured some little guy that would be interested in photography, and I'd teach.
Yeah.
That just isn't happening, but that's okay.
Do you have
We
siblings?
Well, I have I have two sisters,
Where are
so
they?
one of them's in Boulder and one of them's in Palm Desert.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you Uncle Jeff?
Yes, I'm Uncle Jeff.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
So there are some little ones running around.
Well, Laura and I have sort of relationships with the kids of most of our friends that had kids, so
Yeah.
that's really a nice thing.
Yeah.
We one of them that we've known since her parent before her parents actually met. She's 21 and she just graduated college and showed up in Palm Springs. Her graduation dream was to bring her boyfriend, his parents, her parents, and their two best friends and come to Palm Springs for 4 days. And they just did that, which is like
Oh, that's
really a
nice.
trip. So we were sort of invited in our own house to be
Yeah.
part of this
Oh, so
event.
you still have the house in Palm Springs? That's
Yeah.
your grandparents?
No, I don't
Uh,
have theirs. I wish
oh,
I did, but theirs was a mid-century house like the ones that they built, and I grew up in one of those, and it's the
okay.
last
So
place I
you
want to
spend a
live
lot of
again.
time in Palm Springs still?
We go down as often as we get a chance
Yeah,
to,
that's
as
nice.
often as we can. It's hard because Laura's really busy. Her work,
She must have also been busy during COVID because she's a
full time.
landscape architect and everyone was so busy fixing up their houses.
Yeah, well, she was exempt from all of the lockdowns because she fell into this agriculture
Yeah, and
exemption.
outside and
Yeah, and they
safe.
were outside all the time. So
Oh,
she had
wow.
crews
Good for
working all
her.
over the whole time.
Well,
Like
she
probably that actually bumped her or her like uh into a different phase. I mean, she was always doing
she
residential.
leveled up.
Oh yeah, she had to bring on help, and
Yeah,
she's
that's
gotten,
good.
yeah, she grew the business. Pretty amazing. And then weirdly, the Palisades fire. She has some really great clients there.
Now that new houses,
Well, yeah,
they're
because
rebuilding.
but the scale is huge there.
Oh,
You know.
it's this, I finally took a drive out there. I didn't go out. Like I used to live in the Palisades I used to live with my best friend who lives there. And, I just finally went and looked at it. It is just depressing.
Oh my God, it looks like
I didn't
Hiroshima.
even want to go to Malibu. I'm like,
No,
I've seen enough.
it's like
I'm out of here.
Hiroshima. To
Yeah.
see that level of like complete eradication of and what's left and how it looks. I went and photographed it in June
Mm,
because my wife had a pass
yeah.
when it was controlled by the National Guard. You couldn't get in without a
Yeah.
pass, obviously, and so they were worried about burglary. People coming in there, and weirdly, a lot of homes survived,
It's
but they're
random how
random.
it's so random how
Yeah,
the whole neighborhood's burnt and the one house is still there. Don't you think
and
that's
it's perfect. The one
I
house.
know it's very
I'd hate to be
strange.
the guy in that house and my
I would
neighbors.
be horrible. I met a guy in one of those houses, and he said, I'm guilty. I feel
Oh, it's
guilty all the
terrible.
time.
What a terrible
Who would want
feeling.
to live there in the one house?
But the reason was because the winds were changing directions,
It's just
and
so sad.
suddenly the wind would change directions because it would burn through a canyon area where it could funnel
I
more
know
air,
it is
and boom, it
nuts.
would change
It's
directions.
nuts.
So to me, it was kind of like a weird a neutron bomb.
Hmm.
It was kind of weird, really strange.
I'm still worried about what really was happening with the air quality, because we were all breathing that in, and
Oh my God.
they didn't tell us to wear masks till like a month after. They should have been like, wear your mask starting today, but.
Well,
So
hopefully we didn't get too much. Well,
I hope not.
there was a
I
lot of
hope
bad
not.
stuff out
But
there.
yeah. So what is next for you? Are you going to be trying to sell these books at places? You want to do shows?
Well, that's
Oh,
the
you just did
purpose
a
of these
show in what's it called? Sharsha?
in Sharjah. Yeah,
Sharjah?
yeah, that was amazing.
I heard it was crazy
That
good.
possibly,
Karen Ballard was telling me about that. She said you
yeah.
had a big exhibit there.
Yeah, I had a really big show there, and that was wonderful.
Oh,
The 35 pieces that were bigger than this, 36 rather. See, 32 of them were this size or bigger, and then there was 48 by 60s. There was four huge ones.
So, were they for sale or
No,
for
not
show?
really. No,
So,
it was an
and how, who
exhibition.
who organized that event?
It's the emir
I want to go to
of
that. I
Sharjah.
want to go next year. And and also thank you to Stefan Johansson for letting us borrow his beautiful painting. That
Yeah,
he's a Formula One racer who's now retired and manages five racers and then paints. And he's in Venice. He's awesome.
yeah, good.
Well,
I felt like that show was something else. If any of the thing of it is, you couldn't go further from here on this planet,
yeah.
really. I mean, that's the Emirates is really far.
It
It's
sounds
4 hours
and Greg
past
got
Europe.
sick, right? Greg
Yeah,
was sick. Oh my.
well, he didn't get sick. He was getting something out of a taxi, and the lid closed on his
Oh
neck.
God, yeah, I hurt
It
his
was a
back.
disaster.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
horrible.
he was in a brace, and he was.
Oh, I
I
hate that
never saw so
story.
much pain in a
Yeah, no,
guy.
not good, not good.
Not good.
Well,
But
are
he's
you
good
go
now.
I know, I loved Greg. Are you going back next year?
Well, I don't think they're going to invite the same people
You
year to
know?
year. They don't do that. It's good, maybe in
How
another
long has it
couple
been
years.
on,
This
that
will be the
festival?
10th year coming up.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and the guy that organizes it, this guy Simon, is a printing genius. I will say that. And
Wow.
I'm well placed to say
So
that.
they printed all the
They
work.
printed all the work, and
Jeez.
because there's all kinds of complexity about importing and exporting and
Mhm.
shipping costs.
Yeah.
And if I was to send them prints that big, which I'm
Yeah, it'd be a
capable of doing,
fortune.
well, I'd have to insure it, and it
Yeah,
just
it
they don't
sounds
want
like
to
a
deal.
nightmare.
So he took such care to make these prints because I've done this before where you send
Yeah.
files and you show up and they go, "Oh my God, this guy's not even on the same page. Whoever printed this, and totally not that case. This guy printed them easily, eh, the best I think you could have done, and
Yeah.
he went to such trouble. But he asked me what paper I print on, and I told him, and he sourced the same lot
That's
from different
wild.
countries and consolidated that one lot so he could have consistency. He created special files for each one. I mean, his prints were amazing,
Oh,
and
well,
there was
kudos to
100 shows there.
Simon.
Yeah, Simon. Simon is really, if you're watching this, Simon,
Thank you, Simon.
Simon brought a lot of technical prowess to making prints.
Yeah.
My God. But anyway, very, very rewarding to be there for
I
that
wanna
time.
go. It sounded really cool. Everyone I knew was there. I was
Well,
like, Jamie Johnson's
you,
there, Greg Gorman, you,
you,
Karen. I'm like,
there was
how does
like
that
6 or 7 of us, and
I
I think it was Greg that had suggested it at first,
yeah,
and he had been there before. So we're talking about Greg Gorman, who's a friend of ours,
an
and
amazing
a
photographer.
great, great photographer, clearly. But Greg sourced everything that was cool about Dubai. So the first day or two before the show started, he took us to places that he had been, that he had,
Wow.
he knew how to.
Did you like Dubai?
You have to see it,
Is it a
Dubai.
trip?
Yeah, it's truly a trip. The thing that struck me the most was the quantity of cranes that are in construction. I mean, like they're every building in Dubai seem to have a crane on it, and they occupy parts of the building as it gets completed while they're still working on the upper floors, which I've
Wow.
never seen in my life. So it's like a forest of cranes as you're driving through the city. You go,
How
this is crazy. Yeah, the national
weird.
bird of Dubai is the crane. I know it's not, I
Ironic.
didn't invent that. Uh, but Dubai's, yeah, it's really
I'd like to
a
go.
strange and interesting place. I mean, if I was really young and all I wanted to do was make money, I'd be there
You would?
because everyone's
Yeah,
making
my
money there.
friend I have a girlfriend who lived out there for 9 years, and she says it was amazing.
It truly, it's something to see on a scale like that. It's like an inferno of building activity
Yeah.
going on,
Some of the
and
buildings
yet
are so
and yet
pretty.
there's a lot of random things. Like you go to a lake that's not a real lake. It's a man-made lake, and the manicured lawn down to the lake is like weird. It's like green, like that can't exist. And then there's nobody on the beach. They have little beaches, nobody's there. And then you'll see one lady like covered head to toe, and she's sitting there having lunch, and it's like this is surreal. This is really surreal.
Did you get good pictures there?
Yeah, I spent a day
Thank
or
you.
2 walking around taking pictures. I've been in the Islamic world a lot, but I've never really
I
seen a
haven't.
place like this.
I
I
have
I
not.
go to Morocco, I've been to Tunisia and here and
You
there,
know where
but
I'm
that's
going? And I go every year to the International Gallerist meeting in Wetzlar, Germany at headquarters. And this year, Hossein invited me out to do portfolio reviews and to give out an award at the House of Lucy's. In Greece.
in
Oh, sorry,
Greece.
in Greece. I'm going to Greece.
Yeah, oh, going to
It
Greece.
worked
It's
out
in
perfectly.
Athens.
It worked out perfectly because it's the weekend before I have to be in Wetzlar anyway, so I'm right there, so it's easy to get over there.
Yeah, I
So
just
I'm gonna
spent
get to
5
see.
days with Hossein
I know I haven't seen him for a
in
while.
Ostuni, which was
Oh,
amazing.
I heard that was beautiful.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was just amazing what he's done with that.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
going to the House of Lucy's Greece. I don't know what that's like. Have you been to that one?
there's more than one.
Yeah, no.
It's in Athens,
Oh,
so I mean,
really?
yeah.
There's more than one?
Yeah, he has, I think, 2 spaces in Greece.
Okay.
And I had this show that I printed when I was there with him. He kindly invited me to come print the show that he was going to travel to his galleries, and he has them in the most random places.
He did?
Yeah, he has. There's a couple of my show. I don't know actually if it's going to go there, but he has 2 galleries in Iran, which is an unusual place right now to have a show. I don't think my American show is going to go to Iran. I don't know if they're too happy about that.
I don't think so either.
Oh yeah, the guys that just bombed us. Let's do that.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
But it's up now in Hungary. It's in
Okay.
Budapest.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go to Athens, and then it's going to go to Ostuni, and then somewhere else. I forgot. He's got it in
So
Thailand.
I know. I heard a rumor. He said he's never coming back to America.
No, he won't come back.
He won't.
No, no. You should see him. He's a guy in his element there.
Wow.
But
I'm
remember
excited
that
to see
he
him.
comes from a different world, so he's
I
not
know.
he's not an Angelino guy.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
But he
Hussein's
was here for such a long time.
Yeah, he was. And it was it was like a guy with clipped wings who suddenly got a new set of wings on him because
Okay,
he's
well, I'm
really
excited to see him.
he's got a great life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Anyway,
happy guy. Well, actually, I
we're
saw
talking about Hossein Farmani.
Hossein Farmani,
he's
my
the
old boss.
founder of
He's
the Lucy's.
best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
And he co-founded the Palm Springs Photo Festival
Uh-huh,
with me.
uh-huh.
And he did the first year with me.
Yeah, and I did the last time I saw him was in New York when I did give out an award at Carnegie Hall, and I think that was 3 years ago. It
Yeah.
was after COVID.
Yeah, that was the last one I attended there.
Yeah, that's
But he just suddenly got the idea to take an annual event that took place in New York City and start
all
having
over
them
the world.
elsewhere.
That's
That's a
interesting.
smart guy. Well, anyway.
Well, I think we covered it all except for you didn't give me enough information about bread, but we could talk about that later. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
And don't forget to watch Jeff's. Are you still doing your podcast when does it come out?
I don't have a frequency. I'm not
No?
I don't feel like I have to do podcasts. I do them when I run into somebody that I think would be interesting to do that.
I don't
with,
either,
yeah.
but I keep doing these.
Well, in the beginning, you're very energetic with it,
Yeah,
but then
no.
then you start to get your jam, and you say, "Okay, I'm gonna," you know.
That's good.
But in my case, we've done about 75 of them, I guess, and it's very successful. It's really
Yeah, no, I
interesting.
love it. And sorry it didn't work out to interview you in Arl. I had to go to something, the movie thing for Leica. The timing was off, but it was good to see you there.
Yeah, that was
It was
fun.
good to see you there.
I've been going there every year since '86.
I know, I love it there. And I'm late to the party. I've only been going since last year.
Yeah, you
But
need
they
to.
finally invited me to do the reviews. I would have gone sooner if they invited me sooner. Sorry, you have a sticker on the end of your new mug. We'll get that off later. But anyways, thank you everyone for listening. I'm Paris Chong. Disco was a good boy and didn't bother anybody today. He's running around here somewhere.
There.
My Ed McMahon, yeah, no, he's back
Oh,
there.
he's-
And this is the coolest dude ever, Jeff Dunas. You
Thank
can
you.
find his work on his website, which is Jeff Dunas.
It's just Dunas.com.
Dunas.com.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening. And thank you to my team. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
It's a Paris Chong show. It's a Paris Chong show. It's a Paris Chong show. It's a Paris Chong show.